Hello Internet, my name is Vic. Welcome to a video. I haven't really done a sit down talk about some serious shit video in a while. The world is kind of going through a lot of shit right now. So lately my videos have been kind of more lighthearted for a distraction, but today is not the case. So if you're not in a good mental spot, if you really needed like a distraction from the world and everything going on in it, this is not the video for you to be watching. Go check out any of my other content, but this is not the one. This is a serious video. So, I just wanted to touch on this first. One of the main reasons I've been so quiet on my channel and not really posting any content is because I've been focusing more on the Black Lives Matter movement. Black Lives Matter, okay? I just want to put that out there. I've been going to protest. I've been trying to help in any way that I possibly can, along with, working 40 hours a week. I've been very busy. But a lot of people seem to think that the movement is over because George Floyd's killer and accomplices were charged and arrested. No, this is just a battle. There's still a raging war going on between, all of this going on. Black Lives Matter versus people who are sitting back saying all lives matter, this is stupid, blah blah blah. So we've still got this going on. I didn't want to make a video because it's not about me. It's not about me. I'm white, and I have privilege. I don't have as much privilege as, cis white men in this country, but I have privilege because of my skin color. I have not been discriminated against because of my skin color. So I have more of a privilege than most people. Now, I am trans. I am in the LGBTQIA plus community, so I do get discriminated against for that, but that does not compare, and I'm not trying to compare that to being black in America, or being anything other than a cis, straight, white man in America. I've seen some disturbing shit, both on the news and in person at these protests, and I went to one that was pretty rough, in my hometown, and I was tear gassed, I was chased, I was threatened by police, and I felt fear. This kind of fear I've never felt before. But when I felt this fear, it was just a small taste. Excuse me. Sorry. It was just a small taste of what people of color experience. We're doing this today? People of color experience every day. So, yeah, that's been going on. Black Lives Matter. If you want something to do, if you need something to donate to, I'll put some links in the description below about websites you can visit, things you can do to stay active, even if you're not going to be protesting. Protesting is not the only thing that can be done. There's other things to be done, so anything helps. But the reason I wanted to make this video today, the reason I wanted to end my silence, because I was initially planning on just not uploading anything until this month was over. And some of you may be like, why? It's Pride Month. Yeah, it is Pride Month, but Pride Month started with a black trans woman at the Stonewall riots. And those riots were about police brutality on discrimination. It goes deeper than being in the LGBTQIA plus community. It goes deeper than that. This is about discrimination. This is about police brutality. This is about how in America is not the home of the free, the land of the brave. It's not that. There's no unity here. It's us against the government. And America was taken from Native Americans. America was stolen. It's stolen land. You know, you've got people talking about looting and destroying things and They're upset that Target got looted, you know what I'm saying? But all these places, all these things in America were stolen. Stolen. White people have no culture. White people take others' culture and want to claim it as their own, but don't want to recognize the people. They just want to take the culture and put everybody else in a box and do whatever they want with them. It is Pride Month, yeah. And I am proud to be who I am, but I'm not proud of this country. I'm not proud to be an American. I just want to touch on what's going on right now with the LGBT community plus, but especially trans and non-binary people in the community right now. Trump, there's so many things I could say about this child of a man, but Trump is trying to erase trans people again. Okay, I've made a video about this. It's been a few years ago. It was back in like 2016, 2017, but I made a video talking about how he was trying to erase trans people. And that really hurt. And it hurts still to this day. I might not be crying about it, but that's the thesis. So, this man has been trying to eliminate so many types of people, and he's been trying to just brush it to the side like it's nothing. I'm sure you've seen the video of him gassing and macing and pushing protesters out of the way just to go in front of a church that he hasn't been to in 2 years to take a picture with a Bible in front of it. I don't know how that didn't piss off people who support him, but there's still people to this day that say, oh no, he didn't mean it like that, or oh no, it was misconstrued, or the media twisted it. No, he has control of the media. Okay? The media shows you things that are going to upset you and piss you off. The media shows you things that are incorrect. We've seen this with these protests. The media likes to cover just little bits and pieces to make everyone look like they're just being ridiculous towards police. But no, they cut right before the police start getting violent and the police start doing things that are just undescribable. The media is a lie, so is Trump. You know, it's all together. The government is what we're against right now. The police. Because the police are just a small little sliver of the government. The police are protecting the government. The police are the face of the government. So they're taking all this shit so that way Trump can sit in his little fucking bunker and be a pussy. Anyway, what I wanted to talk about is he has passed something that basically is no protection for trans and non-binary folks in healthcare. Now this may sound familiar to you because he tried to do this when Obama got out of office. He tried to erase everything that Obamacare was, because when Obama was in office, trans folks and non-binary folks had access to healthcare and they weren't discriminated against. They didn't have their gender identity erased. They didn't have doctors, and I mean they had it, but like it was against the law. We had protection along with other people going to the hospital. If I went to the hospital and I said I identify as a trans man, I'm on hormones, they would be like, oh, okay, so they would use he, him pronouns and they would use my preferred name. But now, that's not the case. This was announced on the 4-year anniversary of the shooting at the gay nightclub in Orlando. That's like a slap in the fucking face, honestly. And it was also announced in the middle of Pride Month. June is Pride Month for the LGBTQIA plus community. You're just gonna denounce and try and erase the trans part of that community and the non-binary part of that community. Now I see non-binary as like in the umbrella of trans, so we're just gonna say the trans community from now on. But the trans community is they're trying to erase us. They're trying to say that our identities are invalid. Do you see me? Do you see me? Do I look like anything but a person. I'm a person. I'm a human being. We're all human beings, okay? Why is there this big, like, oh, you look like this, your skin is this color, so you're not going to be considered a human. You're not going to get basic human fucking rights. It doesn't make any fucking sense. And if you're going to sit here and you're going to look at me and you're going to tell me that any of these people who have suffered this discrimination deserved it, you can fuck right off. You can fuck right off. Nobody deserves to be treated like nothing. I have my notification sound turned off, but I guess my phone was like, no, fuck you. But yeah, so the rule narrows the legal definition of sex discrimination in education, housing, and healthcare. So it's not just healthcare, it's education and housing. You know how frustrating this is? Do you know how, like, almost as frustrating as my phone continuing to, like, slide. But yes, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of this fucking country. I'm tired of this fucking president, if you want to even call him that. Something's got to be done. So if you want to do something, and if you can't march, if you can't protest, donate, sign petitions, anything works. Just don't be silent, because silence is the violence. Silence is agreeing with what's going on. Don't just sit back and be quiet and pretend that everything's fine. It's not. There's a lot going on right now. Plus, we're in the middle of a pandemic that I personally believe that is cooked up by the government. But you want to think, in the middle of this pandemic, in the middle of people needing to go be tested for COVID, in the middle of people needing to go seek medical attention, Trump's going to drop this fucking law. He's going to limit access to people. What if I needed a test for coronavirus to go to work, right? What if I needed to go get the back of my throat fucking swabbed? Like, fuck that. But what if I needed to get it? And the doctor was like, oh, you're trans? You can't get this. Goodbye. This is serious shit. This is basically turning away help because you're different. If you're not straight, if you're not cis, and if you're not white, if you're not a man, Donald Trump does not see you or acknowledge you. He's shitty towards women. He's shitty towards people in the LGBTQIA plus community. He's shitty towards black and people of color. He's discriminatory against everyone that's not him and not like him. And it's got to stop. It's got to stop.